Are you thinking about running Etsy ads to promote a product you've developed on Etsy and hoping to get a good return on investment? If so, you might want to check out this video we're going to do today where I discuss my ad placement for the last 7 days, what I learned from it, and some surprising results. Let's check it out. All right, here we are. So if you look at our Etsy ad campaign we ran, I started my Etsy sales, my first listing on the 21st. And so initially, these few visits a day are a result of just the descriptions and tags, the natural, just organic traffic that came to the listings. And if you see the spike here, you will see obviously some larger numbers. And so right around here is when I started doing the Etsy ad campaign. I ran that from the 29th through I believe the 6th or the 7th I turned it off. And so no, excuse me, the 8th I turned it off. So what I learned from this, let's take a look at this. We had 205 visits, 2 orders with a 1% conversion rate with revenue of $45. Now that's at a $15 a day ad revenue spend. And so I didn't even make my money back on the ads. And additionally, we should point out that this was not targeted advertising. This was just a generic Etsy ad campaign. I let Etsy's algorithm and machine learning do what they do on their end. I just paid them the money, wrote what I believe are good descriptions and tags, and let it do its thing, just as a baseline data for these ads. And so we go into here, we'll see that obviously we had more visits once the ad campaign started, around 17, 18 a day, and then it kind of drops off down to 11, 5, and then up to 40 on the 6th, but that's not from the ads. I'll explain that one here in a second. But let's break down my visits for my shop here. So 46% of my visits out of the 205 are through 77 are through Etsy app and pages, 17 are through Etsy search, and 1 is through Etsy marketing and SEO. And then 14 through social media, direct 23 or other traffic 23, and then 73 through Etsy ads. So what does that baseline data tell us? That tells me that if you don't target your advertising, which I'm sure is kind of a basic thing for most people, but I want you to understand, if you're not targeting and you're just running Etsy's ad campaign, I was getting more traffic from simply good descriptions, tags, and then throwing it up on some social media pages and getting direct traffic that way. So if you're thinking about using what little budget you may have and hoping that you get a good ROI, I would say beforehand, do a couple things. First is go to the higher selling paid listings in your niche. So let's say, for example, you're selling a sticker or a t-shirt. Go look up a similar t-shirt or sticker, find the people that have those 3,000, 2,000, 1,000 reviews and are doing consistent business on Etsy, and look at their descriptions. I'm willing to bet you money they are very different than the descriptions you're putting on your listing right now. And the reason is their descriptions are almost ridiculous. They don't even have to do, it doesn't say men's Colorado t-shirt. It's a very we can go in and look at one right now. So let's go men's Colorado t-shirt. That would be a generic search I think your average consumer would look for. And let's take this seller right here who's killing the game with 2,900 reviews, 5 stars on Etsy. So this is someone who's making consistent revenue off Etsy. And let's look at how they describe it. Their description, just the title alone, Colorado shirt, Colorado lover, Colorado is calling and I must go tea, Colorado traveler, Colorado home, mountain shirt, Colorado gift. They've used tags essentially as their title description, whereas when I started, I was using what I thought was an acceptable description to describe my product. It appears that utilizing these tags and implementing this same strategy that the top sellers are using is going to be the way to go. And then if we go down into their description, go to the details there. So they give the basic information up in the description about how to order, things you should know. In their materials, you notice they have some more tags, not just the description of the materials. They don't just put 100% cotton or a cotton poly blend. They put solid color ring spun cotton, heathered color cotton poly blend, shirt, white, sweatshirt, hoodie, youth, gift. So they're using tags again in the description. Then let's go down to the bottom of the description. And now down here we have tags again, right? So we have Colorado shirt, Colorado lover, all those same tags, hiking shirt, t-shirt, travel, gift. Anyway, so we go down to the details and they're doing the same thing again. They are listing Colorado t-shirt, Colorado lover, Colorado's calling, Colorado traveler, gift, hiker, t-shirt. So they're using all those tags again. And so what's that tell me? That tells me that the people who know what's going on Etsy are making maximum usage out of their tags. And those tags and descriptions and details are filled with basically keywords and search targets that are going to be hit when your customers are searching for a certain item, hopefully moving you up in the search rankings. So step one before I would say getting Etsy ads would be to maximize your descriptions, details, and tags. Put them everywhere, load them up. At this point, think about it from a consumer standpoint. They don't care too much about you having tags loaded everywhere. They want to see the result when they search for it. So by you loading up your description, details, and tags with those keywords, you're improving your odds of being seen. And your customer's not going to look at your shirt and then the description and the results and go, oh, I don't want to click that. That's a weird description. They don't care. They see the shirt that they like and they click it. They could care less what that description says. So what is another thing I learned from this? Let's go into social media and direct and other traffic. So again, 73 visits from Etsy ads and then over 100 visits through normal organic methods. So I got more visits just from my details, descriptions, and my social media. So what I did as far as social media is I would recommend going into Facebook groups of niches that fit your t-shirt, decal, your product, whatever it is. So for example, I made a Colorado t-shirt. Well, if I went into some of my Colorado camping Facebook groups and I just wrote a quick blurb in there, hey, this is a cool shirt or whatever, I don't know, I put something random in there and just posted it. Got a bunch of likes, a couple people commented, and I noticed a spike in traffic that day. And that was actually this day right here on the 6th where we had 40 visits. The highest day ever is from just posting my link in Facebook and I think on my Instagram page. And so again, huge ROI for free where I had more visits than any day where I had ads. And then I also went to Reddit. So Reddit has tons of pages. If you're not familiar with Reddit, check it out. But there's basically a Reddit page for every group, category, hobby you can think of. Camping, hiking, crafts, DIY, anything you can think of, Reddit's got a page for it. And so what I did is I went onto a couple of those pages, hiking, Colorado, things like that, and said, oh, this is a cool shirt I found. Posted a link. Now, one thing to think about when you do this, some of the mods on those pages do not allow any kind of promotion of products or items, and they'll probably just remove it real quick. But if you get crafty with it, right? So for example, maybe not make the post about your t-shirt, but if someone comments about Colorado or a t-shirt or something they saw, if it's relevant to your product, I would put a comment on it that says, agrees with them or mentions what they're talking about, and then says, speaking of which, I found out this cool shirt on Etsy, check it out. I just did 2 posts, one on Facebook, one on Reddit on one day, and I got 40 visits, which far surpasses anything I got that I paid for. So what do we got moving forward? Or actually, just to recap that, right? So Etsy ads, $15 a day budget for 1 week, made 2 sales for $45 of revenue. I did not make my money back on the Etsy ads. However, they were not tailored. So moving forward, I will be looking to test out some tailored ads, some targeted marketing, and see how those work. And then beyond that, I will sporadically, not too much because you'll get kicked out of these groups and sites, but I will sporadically and strategically be placing in mentions and links to these shirts on online forums that are active. And I expect to see the same type of similar results. And so what I'm going to do moving forward, targeted ads, strategically placed mentions of my product in online forums and Facebook groups and Instagram, and see what that brings from there. So if you were considering doing Etsy ads and you weren't sure about how much to spend or how much you should do, definitely look into Etsy ads because I think they're valuable and I think they do work. But I think you need to do testing with targeted marketing. And before you even jump down that rabbit hole, maximize your descriptions, your tags, your keywords, and strategically implement them out on the internet. And I think you'll get just as good as results starting out. With time, you start working in that targeted marketing, doing some testing and see those numbers and see what works and what doesn't. I think you can really maximize your ads. So before you dump your money into Etsy ads, try those few things out. Keywords, online forums, and see what you get. Hope that works for you. Thanks very much.